Welcome to the space where energy, frequency, wisdom, and transformation meet. My name is Brooke Richardson, and I am an energy practitioner, intuitive guide, and hypnotherapist. I am bringing you information, knowledge, practices from around the world, from all kinds of different practitioners to help you in your spiritual awakening journey and your holistic well-being. So if this resonates, be sure to like, subscribe, and let's dive in. Today, I want to talk a bit about resourcing ourselves, something I'm extremely passionate about, and also something that I've really needed over the past 2 years, a little bit more being a nomad. So I decided to give up my apartment, my place in Madrid, and start a journey of traveling, gaining more knowledge, as well as giving my gifts. Now, this might sound really glamorous, and there are times, of course, where it is expansive and it is soul enriching, and there are times where you get knocked down, where you are exhausted, where you don't know where you're going next, and this constant decision making and really learning to tune into my body, tune into the wisdom and answers that I have within me. The start of the journey, I was not as connected to my body, so it's been a very big process and change. And so in these different countries, in these different locations, what I've found is really the need to take care of myself, especially when you're moving country, city, you're energetically recalibrating to where you are, because every place has a different energetic. And so when I go to different places, say for example, when I went to Switzerland, it was really easy to resource myself by just walking out of, I stayed in a kind of chalet, by walking out of the place into beautiful nature, seeing some cows and just having really nourishing quiet time. Sometimes in the city it can be a little more challenging. And so, for example, when I was at home staying with my family for a bit in Atlanta, Georgia, I found that acupuncture, I have always loved acupuncture, but when I go there, that's like my go-to. I really need that to ground and to just kind of resource myself in a different environment. And so when I was in Atlanta, when my dad was really sick, he had open heart surgery, some strokes. It was a really challenging time. And so wanting to show up for my family in a supportive way without kind of being taken out myself, acupuncture, and actually I found a sauna that I could go to for like a 30-minute session. They had a little booth. And so that really, really helped. And so when I go to a new place, I kind of, not that I'm from a control perspective, but just an awareness perspective of, okay, when I go here, how am I going to resource myself? How am I going to love myself and self-honor? And it's so important, especially if you are in energy practices, if you are in service and showing up for others. As you know, you can't give from an empty or depleted cup. So really leaning into what do I need in this moment, and taking that practice not just, when you're traveling or when you're going somewhere, but in any phase of life. So if there is a big loss, if there is a shakeup, if you are in a transition of looking for a job, these really big crucial moments are the times that you need self-care so much. It's so important to be able to resource yourself. And often when we're in those situations, we don't have the energy to put somewhere else. And sometimes we don't think about, oh yeah, like I need to support myself, and we get really thrown into it. Especially if you're looking for a new job, doing those things that will raise your frequency will help to attract in new opportunities more easily, because you'll be open, you'll be able to receive. So my big takeaway today is, no matter what phase of life you're in, no matter where you are, there are always resources. There are practitioners. There is healthy food in whatever way that looks for you. There are places that you can use as outlets. And also understanding and being comfortable with yourself and loving with yourself, that at different points in your life and different places, you may need more support than others, and being okay with that and really asking for that support. It makes such a big difference in how you can show up for yourself, and then, of course, how you can show up for others. Thank you for being in this space of energy and expansion. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe for more wisdom and content. Until next time, learn the light.